What is happening, everybody? I hope y'all are having a happy Friday. This Friday is a happy Friday because the high pressure ridges in the west are finally gone and we are back to having storms. We need it so badly, so let it snow, let it snow. Anyway, speaking of snow, let's talk about the snow that I got during my steamboat trip the day after New Year's. Yes, this is the video y'all have been waiting for, the sequel to last video. So I hope you all enjoy. So unfortunately that day I did not get the very first gondola cabin like I did in part 1. The line was quite a bit busier than the previous day. I did fortunately bump into another amateur content creator named Link Skiing in the gondola line. I unfortunately don't have the footage of that interaction, but it was pretty cool to meet up with another person I know in the community. I unfortunately chose not to ski with him that day as I had other priorities and also no friends on a powder day, right? If you know that saying, or you go by that saying even, then you're a true diehard. After waiting for the lift to open up, I then rode the main steamboat gondola up and popped my skis on, and did the exact same run I did in part 1. And boy did it ski differently than it did in part 1. I skied down that, got a few good turns and a few shouts, and I headed down to the Storm Peak Express. Alright, it is the next day, and just got a bunch of fresh snow. Let's see how this all skis now. Oh yeah, buddy! Yeah! Oh, bad. It was great that it was a powder day, but unfortunately it wasn't the quality of powder we are used to here in Colorado, especially at Steamboat. Steamboat markets their snow as champagne powder, and unfortunately that day it was not very champagne-y. And it was the day after New Year's, so that was very ironic. The snow was very wet, and it even rained a little in the lower elevation. It was like skiing at Whistler, or Wetzlar, is what I like to refer to that mountain as. You may also notice throughout the video my camera got all wet and some parts of the footage are hard to view because of that. I tried my best to wipe my camera before every run so I could salvage the most, but for the ones I failed to do so, I apologize in advance. Anyway, I have yapped enough about that. Let's get back to the ski day. So after taking the Storm Peak up, I wanted to go to Morningside and do a few laps there before the line started to build up, but unfortunately it was not open yet. Now just like every other die-hard skier, I wasn't going to stand around and watch the snow fall, so I of course did a lap on Storm Peak. After I finished that lap, Morningside was finally open. I was able to get 2 laps on Morningside. The first one, which was Cheesy Grits, that was the entry run, which was not really that impressive, and then the second one was Alarm Clock. The nice thing about Alarm Clock was when I did it the day before, it was all crusty, but after the storm, all the crusty shit got covered up, and I didn't even feel it underneath. The snow was great there. Unfortunately, quite a bit of a line started to form, so I had to get out of there. Not the worst yet, but it's getting there. Single line looks ridiculous. After I took my last ride up Morningside, on my way out of there, I took Buddy's run to the Hurricane off-piste run and took the Storm Peak back up. I did a few laps there, and then I went and met up with Long's Edits, who I skied with in part 1, at the Rendezvous Lodge. I also saw Link in the Rendezvous Lodge as well. After I grabbed a bite in the lodge, Longs and I skied Rolex. It skied very well compared to the previous day, To be quite honest though, it didn't quite ski as well as Westside the previous day. Rolex, I heard, typically gets poorer snow coverage even during a normal snow year, so I guess that made sense. After we finished our lap on Rolex, unfortunately we were met with an unpleasant surprise at the bottom of the run.
Found the line.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh, that sucks.
I guess that's because
I guess we should head, I think we should head back to Storm Peak after this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bad.
Well, that absolutely sucked. Everyone else found the good snow as well, I guess. I wanted to hit more runs on that side of the mountain, but unfortunately it just wasn't practical waiting in that long ass line. So we headed back over to Storm Peak. We did a few runs on Triangle 3 and Hurricane because we really liked those runs, and eventually we got a few rope drops. They first dropped the rope for the Storm Peak lift line, so we shredded that first.
Yeah, buddy.
Next, we got a rope drop for Cyclone, so we did a lap there next. We also saw they dropped the rope for the 4 points and did a lap there, but I did not get footage of that one. After those few runs, my GoPro clip snapped when I was trying to mount it back on my helmet after changing the battery, so unfortunately the recordings did get cut short. Luckily, y'all didn't miss much as nothing all that new happened afterwards. What is funny is after tracking the stats for that day using the Icon tracking app, I noticed I rode the Storm Peak 11 times that day. 11 times? That is insane. For a good reason though, because that was the only lift that had a lot of vert and didn't have a long line. I also did one lap off of 4 points, so you could probably count that as 12. Anyway, those 2 days at Steamboat were better than any day I've had yet this season. I am happy to see that Steamboat is in good shape, as I have a full trip planned later this month, and I am hoping for everything to be open by then. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a Colorado miracle dump, and we can hopefully make a comeback and finish the season strong. Thank you all for watching. I would appreciate it if you would join my Discord community, which is linked down below. Please leave your feedback down below, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.